Hi guys and girls, welcome to another video. In today's video, we dive deep into the 12 behaviors of people who genuinely mind their own business. These are the people who seem to possess a certain magnetism, a quiet confidence that draws others to them. They navigate the world with intention and grace, seemingly unfazed by the chaos that surrounds them. What sets these individuals apart? What are the secrets to their self-sufficiency and inner peace? We're going to unlock those secrets today, so let's get into it. The first behavior that defines these self-sufficient individuals is their remarkable ability to let go. They understand that dwelling on the past, on past hurts or missed opportunities, is like dragging a dead weight behind them. It's a heavy burden that prevents them from moving forward, from embracing the fullness of the present moment. Imagine for a second, carrying a large rock everywhere you go. How exhausting would that be? That's what holding on to resentment is like. Now imagine putting that rock down. That's what letting go feels like. This isn't to say that they haven't experienced pain or disappointment, but they don't allow these experiences to define them. They acknowledge their emotions, learn from their experiences, and then make the conscious decision to move on. They understand that holding on to anger or resentment only hurts one person in the end, themselves. The second behavior we observe in these individuals is an unwavering commitment to personal growth. They're not content with mediocrity, with simply getting by. They're driven by an insatiable curiosity, a thirst for knowledge and self-improvement. They see themselves as works in progress, always striving to learn, evolve, and become the best versions of themselves. What does this look like in practice? It could be anything from reading books and listening to podcasts to attending workshops and seeking out new experiences. The key is that they're constantly challenging themselves, pushing their boundaries, and expanding their horizons. This dedication to personal growth not only benefits them, but also inspires those around them. The third characteristic of these individuals is their remarkable lack of need for external validation. They don't seek approval from others, they don't crave likes on social media, and they don't define their worth by the opinions of others. This doesn't mean they're arrogant or dismissive of feedback, but rather that they've cultivated a deep and unshakable sense of self-worth. They understand that true validation comes from within, from living in alignment with their values and pursuing their own definition of success. Think of it like this. Imagine you're an oak tree. Strong and tall, you stand firm, deeply rooted in the earth. You don't need the approval of the flowers around you to know your worth. You are strong and beautiful in your own right. That's what it means to be self-validated. The fourth behavior is their prioritization of peace over popularity. They understand that true fulfillment comes from within, from cultivating a sense of inner peace and tranquility. They're not swayed by the allure of social status or the need to be liked by everyone. Imagine being in a crowded room filled with noise and distractions. It's overwhelming, isn't it? Now imagine stepping outside into the quiet stillness of nature. You can finally breathe, think clearly, and just be. That's the peace these individuals cultivate. They choose to distance themselves from drama, negativity, and toxic relationships, knowing that these things only serve to disrupt their inner equilibrium. This doesn't mean they're antisocial or reclusive, but rather that they're selective about the company they keep and the environments they frequent. The fifth characteristic is their unwavering commitment to maintaining a positive outlook. Now, this doesn't mean they walk around with rose-colored glasses, ignoring the realities of the world. They acknowledge the presence of darkness and difficulty, but they choose to focus on the good, on the possibilities that exist even in the face of adversity. How do they do this? They practice gratitude, focusing on the things they're thankful for, no matter how small. They surround themselves with positive influences, people, books, music that uplift and inspire them. They understand that our thoughts have incredible power, and they choose to focus on thoughts that empower them, that move them towards a brighter future. These individuals understand that their time and energy are precious resources, and they're not afraid to protect them. They've mastered the art of saying no without guilt or hesitation, setting clear boundaries to safeguard their well-being. They understand that saying no to others often means saying yes to themselves, to their own priorities and values. Just imagine, you're trying to focus on a task, but you're constantly being interrupted. It's frustrating, isn't it? You can't get anything done. That's what life without boundaries can feel like. Now imagine politely but firmly declining requests that don't align with your goals. You reclaim your time, your energy, your life. Remember, saying no is not selfish, it's an act of self-preservation. Moving on to the seventh behavior, these self-sufficient individuals are masters of mindfulness. They understand that true peace and fulfillment come from being present in the moment, from fully experiencing the richness of life as it unfolds. They're not lost in regrets about the past or worries about the future, but fully engaged in the now. Imagine, you're constantly thinking about the past or worrying about the future. You're missing out on the beauty of the present moment, the taste of your food, the warmth of the sun, the laughter of loved ones. Mindfulness is about bringing your attention back to the here and now. It's about noticing your thoughts and feelings without judgment, simply observing them as they arise and pass away. This practice allows them to approach life with a sense of calmness and clarity, to appreciate the small joys and navigate challenges with grace. The eighth behavior that sets these individuals apart is their profound capacity for empathy. They understand that everyone is fighting their own battles, facing their own unique challenges. They make a conscious effort to step outside of themselves, to see the world through the eyes of others. Imagine for a moment putting yourself in someone else's shoes, truly understanding their perspective, their pain, their joys. That's empathy. It's about connecting with others on a deeper level, recognizing their shared humanity. This doesn't mean they agree with everyone or condone hurtful behavior, but rather that they approach every interaction with compassion and understanding. Now let's talk about the ninth behavior, their deep appreciation for solitude. They understand that spending time alone isn't about being lonely, it's about recharging and reconnecting with themselves. They use this time for introspection, for self-reflection, and for pursuing their own passions and interests. Imagine you're constantly surrounded by people, by noise and demands. It's draining, isn't it? You need time to recharge, to be alone with your thoughts and feelings. That's what solitude provides. It's in those moments of quiet contemplation that they gain clarity, tap into their creativity, and nurture their inner world. This allows them to show up in the world as their most authentic selves, energized and ready to engage. The 10th characteristic of these self-sufficient individuals is their refusal to compare themselves to others. They understand that everyone is on their unique journey, with their own timeline and definition of success. Imagine for a moment, you're constantly comparing yourself to others, their accomplishments, their possessions, their relationships. It's a recipe for unhappiness, isn't it? You're always striving, never feeling good enough. Now imagine letting go of that need for comparison. You focus on your own path, celebrate your own victories, learn from your own mistakes. That's the freedom these individuals embody. They're not competing with anyone but themselves, constantly striving to improve and grow. Moving on to the 11th behavior, these individuals understand the importance of respecting boundaries. They're not nosy, they don't pry into other people's business, and they don't offer unsolicited advice. They understand that everyone has a right to their privacy, to their own thoughts and feelings, and they respect that. They're also incredibly discreet, trustworthy confidants, the kind of people you can share your deepest fears and dreams with, knowing it won't be broadcasted to the world. Imagine someone constantly prying into your life, asking intrusive questions, offering unwanted opinions. It's disrespectful, isn't it? Now imagine someone who respects your boundaries, who listens without judgment, who offers support without trying to control. That's the kind of energy these individuals bring to their relationships. Finally, the 12th behavior that defines these individuals is their refusal to engage in gossip. They understand that words have power, and they choose to use their words to uplift, to encourage, and to build others up. They're not interested in spreading negativity or tearing others down. Imagine for a moment being the subject of gossip. It's hurtful, isn't it? It can damage your reputation, your relationships, your self-esteem. Now imagine being surrounded by people who refuse to engage in gossip, who speak kindly of others, who stand up for those who aren't present. That's the kind of positive and supportive environment these individuals cultivate. That's it for today. We've explored the 12 powerful behaviors of self-sufficient individuals, those who genuinely mind their own business and live with intention and purpose. Remember, these behaviors aren't about isolating yourself from the world, but rather about cultivating inner strength and peace that allows you to show up authentically and engage with the world on your own terms. Big love from Human Sci Facts. Bye for now.